Other countries have hawks and doves, whereas in the United States, we have hawks and lunatics. I don't know of any doves in Washington. There was a readout, I think, from the last time we sent, I think Blinken might have gone to China. And the readout from the Chinese side is they said relations with the U.S. are the worst they've ever been since diplomatic contacts were reestablished in the 1970s. Graham said the relationship is going from worst to worst. How worried should we be about this relationship?
We should be concerned. Let me focus on three areas. One where I agree with the bipartisan consensus, and that is that we should have never allowed China to accumulate the trade deficit that they have, the advantage with the United States. I mean, we have a trade deficit with China. India has a trade deficit with China. Japan has a trade deficit with China. South Korea has a trade deficit with China. I don't understand how the whole entire world said, let's have all our production go to China. Let me ask you this. If we had said, who needs Wall Street? Who needs a finance industry? Let London just do it. Or who needs a tech industry? Let Europe just do it. Or who needs Hollywood? Let Bollywood make all the movies. People would have laughed. And yet that's what we did with manufacturing. It's not that we need manufacturing as the penultimate industry, it's that we needed it to be part of a well-balanced economy. And so the push to rebalance the economy with China, to bring production back, which by the way is in China's own interest because they have over-indexed for an export production economy at the expense of their own consumers and at the expense of real wealth generation, which happens also in the finance and tech sectors. That I think there's a bipartisan push for and consensus and is the right policy. And that's I think actually what people in Pennsylvania and Ohio care the most about. Give us our jobs that went to China. In terms of the defense on Taiwan, there is difference of approaches. I am clearly of the belief that we should continue with the strategic ambiguity in one China policy. It was a policy that Kissinger had, and we had 3 communiques after that. Now, what does that mean? It means simply that we can do everything possible to assist Taiwan under the Taiwan Relations Act to make sure that China is deterred from a military invasion of Taiwan. And we should. We should provide them long-range weapons. We should provide them harpoons. We should provide them HIMARS. But we should recognize that the future of China and Taiwan is to be determined by China and Taiwan in peaceful dialogue. But if China does anything to be coercive, the United States will do everything to assist Taiwan with the defense. That is the policy that has stood us well for 50 years and I believe can continue to stand us well. Some people have demagogued this issue, I'm not going to name names, saying, well, we're not prepared. We are prepared. I mean, we have a naval superiority in the Pacific. We have our 7th Fleet deployed. We have nuclear-powered submarines in the area. We will make sure that China is deterred. And then the final policy is, do we want to talk to them? I think we should talk to them. I don't understand why you wouldn't have people having dialogue or communication with China. We had that at the height of the Cold War.